Wyatt Russell didn't sprint into stardom, he skated in. Going from pro hockey player to dodging zombies and wielding a Marvel shield, he's built a career full of surprises, stunts, and serious moves, proving that action heroes can come from the penalty box too. Wyatt was born into Hollywood royalty as the son of Kurt Russell and Goldie Hawn. But he didn't take the easy road into acting. In fact, he resisted the industry altogether for much of his early life, choosing instead to pursue professional hockey.
When you're young, you don't see, you don't have a developed mind, so you don't see what it's doing for your parents, my parents in my instance. You don't see how it's helping them with their creative soul or life or whatever. Also because it wasn't what was important. You have kids. If you make movies the first thing that's most important in your life, you're gonna have up kids, I can guarantee you. I knew enough about it. So it's true. And so there's a hard balance that you have to strike. And when I was young, I didn't want to do that. And so hockey was very easy to work hard. Everybody would understand my hard work through numbers. It was easy to see.
Russell's hockey career took him overseas to the Netherlands, where he played professionally and immersed himself in a new culture.
I loved Holland. I ended up there because I got a contract to play professional hockey for a year there, and I had one of the best years of my life. It was so much fun. I lived in Groningen.
An unexpected injury forced Wyatt to step away from hockey, but it opened the door to something new.
When I got injured, I started watching films more and realized that I do have this in me and I think it can be good. And I started to see what the arts can do for you and do for other people if you choose to do it the way you want to do it and don't do it the way other people are telling you how to do it. You get a lot of people telling you how they think you should do it. And so I had the wherewithal by the time I'd finished another career to go, well, I'm doing it my way. If it works, it works. If it doesn't, it doesn't. And I'm going to live my life the way, and my kids are going to come first and movies come second. And that's the way I live my life.
Wyatt began landing roles in indie films and thrillers, steadily building a reputation for grit and authenticity. In Overlord, a World War II horror-action hybrid, he dove headfirst into military realism, training alongside his castmates and honoring the physical demands of the role.
We learned how to operate as a team. We learned about each other, which was important, to be able to create a bond. That was something that Julia thought was very important for us to do, and it really turned out to be unbelievably important, I thought, at the end of the day. And I think for me, more than anything, I learned a little bit of a deeper appreciation of what it means to put on an American soldier's uniform for me, and then some of the things that go with it, like how to handle a weapon, how to change a magazine, how to change, how to clear a jam. We had to learn all that stuff because he really wanted it to look real. It wasn't like you wanted to look like your actor's picking up a gun for the first time ever, and like you wanted to look like they know what they're doing.
Years later, he'd trade that soldier's uniform for a super soldier's one, joining the MCU as John Walker in The Falcon and the Winter Soldier, followed by 2025's Thunderbolts. But behind the shield and the stunts, it's still the same Wyatt, committed, grounded, and all in.
We really took care to try and make this as good of a film, minus all the Marvel stuff. You don't want to rest on ceremony or stand on ceremony and be like, it's a Marvel movie, you're just going to love it. I think that maybe some fans have felt like they've been taken for granted, and audiences today are smart, and they're deserving of a good story and an emotional arc and characters that can deliver that. And I think that this really did that. Jake took a lot of care. We took a lot of care in doing it. So excited for them to see it.
He started on the ice, but now he's charging into battle on screen. Wyatt Russell isn't stepping into anyone else's cape. He's building his own legend, one hit at a time.